Welcome to our Camelot for Children camp orientation for summer 2026. To meet the staff, first we have Emily, who is our executive director. Then we have Kaylee, who is our program and volunteer coordinator, and Jordan, who is our camp director. And we have 5 summer staff this year, starting with Brayden, Delia, Scarlett, Elias, and Christy. So our mission as Camelot for Children is to provide a nonprofit organization that enriches the lives of children with serious, chronic, or terminal illnesses through free year-round social, recreational, and educational opportunities conducted in a safe and inclusive environment. Camelot for Children nurtures growth, inspires confidence, and builds a community that celebrates kindness, responsibility, and lifelong friendships through tailored programs and community partnerships. Our vision as Camelot is to provide opportunities that foster enthusiasm, exploration, and friendships of childhood in an accepting, accessible, and loving environment. For our values, inclusivity is one of the main ones as we strive to create a welcoming, safe, and accessible environment for everyone, regardless of background, identity, or ability. We believe that a sense of belonging is fundamental to personal well-being and communal growth. Empowerment, as we support and encourage individuals to achieve personal milestones and believing that everyone has potential for growth. We work with tools, resources, and guidance necessary for success. We also nurture potential as our programs are designed to foster development through education, comprehensive support, and opportunity. Intelligent kindness is something we strive for with passion, thoughtfulness, and collaboration are at the heart of everything we do. We aim to cultivate relationships that are built on respect and empathy and ensuring that every interaction is meaningful and constructive. And responsibility as we uphold the highest standards of accountability, care, and respect in all our actions, whether interacting with children, families, staff, or a wider community. We are dedicated to maintaining culture of integrity. Our wonderful community consists of thousands of children who have been diagnosed with terminal, chronic, or serious illnesses or disabilities that are looking for a place to be accepted, thousands of brothers and sisters in need of a place to just be a kid, be understood, and be free to experience childhood, thousands of moms and dads, grandmothers and grandfathers, and guardians and loved ones in need of respite, in need of feeling normalcy and acceptance for their children, countless extraordinary volunteers who give their time and talents to ensure success at Camelot, and many past and present passionate, devoted members of our staff and board of directors, and thousands of generous individuals and philanthropic businesses that provide funding to make the magic at Camelot possible. Our children are participants between the ages of 6 to 19 and who have a medical diagnosis and are independent with bathroom abilities and able to dress and feed themselves. If a child is not independent with feeding, dressing, or toileting, they may participate at Camelot if they bring their own qualified nurse or caregiver. A caregiver must be able to assist the child with all necessary activities and should not require routine assistance from a Camelot nurse or volunteer. In order to ensure a quality experience and safety for all children, even with a caregiver, we cannot accept children who are at risk of eloping, exhibit abusive behavior, inappropriate language, self-injurious behavior, who avoid social situations, cannot tolerate loud noises, and struggle with authority and changes in routine. Here is our board of directors who help to make Camelot for Children a wonderful place. We are so excited for a wonderful summer at Camp 2026. Some of our exciting themes for Camp 2026 are Color Splash for Week 1, Beach Bash for Week 2, Nature and Adventure for Week 3, Space and Science for Week 4, Creativity and Expression for Week 5, and Camp Carnival and Celebration for Week 6. Our volunteers are local high schoolers from across the Lehigh Valley, local college students, and businesses looking to give back to their community. And why should I volunteer at Camelot? In order to make a difference for kids in your community, build meaningful connections, help foster inclusivity and kindness, and become part of a lifelong community and family. Our arrival procedure for campers is that they must have a guardian walk them in order to sign them in, sign in with staff on the patio, and enter through the door labeled Camper Entrance, where staff will hand you your name tag, put away items on shelves and bins, and find a seat at your team's table. There you will be paired with a buddy, And for volunteers, if you are driving yourself, you are to park in the grass area labeled volunteer parking, and if you're being dropped off, your ride may drop you off in the parking lot. Proceed up the cement ramp and enter through the doors labeled volunteer entrance. Place your belongings on the shelves directly inside the doors. Kaylee or Jordan will tell you what team you are on for the day, and you will find your table and chat with campers while you wait to be assigned with a buddy. So for our buddies and teams, campers will be assigned to a color team, which they will be on for the entire summer. They will receive a wristband each morning designating their color, and teams will not change unless staff see fit. Each team has a staff member assigned to them. Each morning they will sit at their team's table and they will get their buddy, which is a volunteer that will spend the day with them. Buddies may change teams and children every day. Some days children may have a one-on-one buddy, and other days they may be in a group. Campers that come with caregivers or nurses may not receive a buddy every day. Some important reminders are that before camp, you should pack a lunch and remember that campers and volunteers cannot use the microwave or refrigerator. To pack and label a water bottle, pack a bathing suit, towel, and water shoes for the splash pad, apply sunscreen, and pack extra for reapplying. Attire includes a camp t-shirt, athletic and sensible clothing for the weather, comfortable shoes, a hat and sunglasses if desired, and shoes must be worn at all times except when using the splash pad. Water shoes would be preferred. And the time is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And please be on time for pickup. The first late pickup is a warning, the second is suspension unless staff are notified and approved. And camp will be closed June 19th and July 3rd. Some other important reminders are that 2 t-shirts are provided per camper and 1 per volunteer. Pickup will be today or the first day at camp, and extras may be purchased for $10 each. Hot Dog Fridays are when Camelot will provide lunch for everyone on Fridays, and donations will be needed, so sign-ups for donations will be sent each week. Hot Dog Friday will be Thursday, July 2nd that week, since we are closed on Friday. The Camelot store will be organized by the junior board and will be open 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. during the first week at camp. For our communication, weekly parent, guardian, volunteer notes will be sent via email with each week's schedule. And for any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our wonderful staff. If contacting us outside of business hours or during the middle of a camp day, we may not be able to respond immediately. We will do our best to respond after camp or the next business day. If you need to contact staff during the camp day, please call Camelot at 610-791-5683 or with our cell phones. Our illness procedure is that if your child or volunteer has a fever or other illness symptoms, they must be picked up or leave immediately. Do not come to camp if you are not feeling well. We will promote routine hand washing and hand sanitizing throughout the day before snacks and lunch. This summer, we are lucky enough to have hired a nurse for Tuesday through Thursday and have Josh returning as a certified EMT on most Fridays of camp. On Mondays, we will rely on volunteers, so there are days when a medical professional may not be present. We currently have 2 official field trips on June 26th with golf and July 1st with a fishing trip. Details for each field trip will come out the week prior. Please arrive to Camelot no later than 8:30 if you will ride the buses. Inform Jordan, Kaylee, or Emily if you plan to drive separately and check in with one of us when you arrive. Inform Jordan, Emily, or Kaylee if your child will not return to Camelot on the bus. Be sure to communicate if the camper or volunteer has sensitivities to heat, as we are outside for the majority of the time for fishing or swimming. Lunch will be provided for golf and the fishing trip, and you may pack a lunch for all trips if you wish. Send water bottles as usual for every trip, and we plan to return to Camelot by 2:30 after each trip. Some important rules at Camelot are that no phones are allowed at Camelot. Please leave them in your bags. Only staff may take photos, and do not exchange phone numbers or social media with campers. Don't share information with other volunteers without permission forms from your guardians. All medication must be kept in the nurse's office. You must provide a form from a physician if you require prescriptions to be administered during the day. Campers will wear light blue and buddies will wear dark blue. Adult volunteers will wear gray and staff will wear red. Do not cut or alter your shirts in any way and label your shirts with your name. We want everyone at Camelot to have fun and be safe. A part of this means maintaining personal boundaries. Important boundaries to be maintained at Camelot are no piggyback rides or picking up children at any times. Do not let kids sit in your lap and have them take a seat next to you. Encourage side hugs, high fives, fist bumps, handshakes, and always ask permission first. Maintain appropriate conduct and language around children and other volunteers. If you see or hear anything concerning, talk to a red shirt. You must register with FundJoin before arriving to camp, and no walk-ins are allowed. You must walk your child up to the ramp at drop-off and come up to the ramp again for pickup. You must sign your child up for each specific day so we can ensure a safe volunteer-to-child ratio. If your child shows up and isn't signed up for the day, you'll need to register at the bottom of the ramp. Staff may say not today if we do not have enough buddies. Volunteers and families use FundJoin to track late pickups, and repeated lateness will lead to official warnings. The first time would be a warning, the second time would be possible suspension from camp. Our volunteer rules are that you must stay with your camper and do the activities that they want to do. You are here to give them a great day. We also, of course, want you to have a great day, so always come to Red Shirt if you have any questions or concerns. There are no phones at Camelot, so please leave them in your bags at all times. If you need to use it for an emergency throughout the day, let a staff member know. Listen to all staff directions and show respect toward all staff, volunteers, campers, and Camelot property. Volunteers must be capable of staying with and supporting children with medical complexities. Maintain appropriate conduct and language around children and other volunteers. If you see or hear anything concerning, talk to a red shirt. If you need a paper sign for community service hours, it must be fully completed before submission, and we will not sign incomplete forms. If expectations are not met, Camelot staff reserve the right to ask a volunteer to not return to Camelot. We want you to be successful as volunteers and to build a community of mutual respect and understanding. Reach out to staff with any questions or concerns, and if you ever feel uncomfortable, find a staff member right away. If a Camelot child or volunteer says anything that raises concerns about their mental, emotional, or physical well-being, inform a staff member immediately.
As volunteers, we want to make sure we make the day as enjoyable as possible for the campers and the staff.
Here are some ground rules for spending a day at camp.
Where's she going?
Stop! Always let the staff know if you're leaving or coming late. Oh, I have to leave early today.
Okay, sounds good. I'll assign a camper to another lesson.
John, I'm cold. Let's go inside.
But I want to stay outside. I'm having a lot of fun.
I don't care. Let's still go inside anyway. Stop. Always listen to what your camper wants to do.
Bye.
Where did my buddy go?
Stop. Don't do this. Always stay with your camper.
I'm so mad. I just failed my test.
I'm so excited to have a fun day at Camelot.
Get out of my way, John.
No!
Stop. Always keep a positive attitude even if you're having a bad day outside of campus.
Where did my buddy go?
Stop. Always let another buddy know if you need to leave your camper for a second. Can you watch my camper for a second? Go for it.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Why don't you want to play Barbies with me?
Stop. Don't be on your phone at Camelot. Let's go to the Barbie Dream House.
Why isn't the cannon on? I want to play Splash Pad.
Get over it. They're not turning it on today.
No!
Stop. Always be patient with your camper.
Snack today's peanut butter cookies. Can I please have some?
Oh, I actually don't know, but here you go anyway. Stop. Always ask a red shirt if you have a question or a problem.
Hey, does my camper have any allergies? No, he doesn't have any allergies.
Okay, you can have the snack.
Yay!
Never ignore your camper, even if you're friends with other buddies.
Some qualities that we look for in an exceptional buddy are focus on kids and their experiences, someone who is compassionate, empathetic, responsible, and respectful, who is communicative, a team player, a problem solver, dedicated, and patient. One of the things we have to be involved in at Camelot is a junior board. What is it? It is a way for high school buddies to gain leadership experience and help plan Camelot events, to serve as a mentor and role model for other buddies and campers, and to build leadership, teamwork, project management, and interpersonal skills. How to get involved. You must show exceptional buddy qualities and express interest to staff members. You must volunteer for at least 5 days of summer camp, and if these conditions are met, you will be sent an application by staff members. If you're invited to join, members must attend 75% of meetings and commit to planning one year-round event. So as a buddy, you need to learn approaches to problem solving. First think, why might the child be behaving the way they are? What is their motivation? Are their basic needs being met, or is there something in the environment that might be bothering them? This could include shelter, temperature, food or drink, or control over the situation, relationships or fatigue, inactivity level, and other factors. And how can you help? So we are just going to walk through a couple scenarios of real things that have happened at camp and how you could handle them and talk through them. And there are many right answers, and you should be creative, you should think critically, and sometimes your first method won't work, so try to come up with a few different answers, and at the end, you'll share what you learned. So for our first scenario, if you are playing outside with your camper and it is time to come inside for a craft and they tell you that they don't want to come inside because they don't like crafts, what could you tell them to get them to come inside? You could offer to see if they want to try out the craft, as it could be fun, or if they want to take a water break inside, or you could even turn it into a game and have them race to come inside. For our second scenario, if you notice a buddy on their phone and their camper is not near them anywhere, what would you do? You could kindly approach them and remind them that phones aren't allowed at Camelot and that they should be ensuring that their camper is having a fun time at camp. If they are in an emergency situation where they do need to be on their phone, they should let a staff know. For our third scenario, if you are paired with two campers for the day and one camper wants to play outside and the other wants to play inside, how could you help them compromise? You could start by offering to divide the time and spend 15 minutes inside and 15 minutes outside if it helps them to enjoy their time. Or if that doesn't work, you could ask the staff if it would be okay for your buddy to hang out, or for your camper to hang out with a different buddy and camper pair. For our fourth scenario, if a camper is having a medical emergency in the big room, your camper wants to check on them and make sure that they are okay, but the staff is asking that the room should be cleared. What could you say to keep your camper calm? You could reassure them that everything will be okay and distract them with an alternate activity. For our fifth scenario, if you notice a buddy speaking negatively about their camper or saying that they're bored or wish they were with a different kid, what could you say? You could remind them that it is not very kind to speak that way and that they are there to have the camper have a good day and that they should be there for the camper. Make sure that you please fill out the allergy questionnaire. And please take the volunteer quiz as well. Thank you, and we can't wait for another amazing year at camp. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Jordan, Emily, or Kaylee.